What's good, YouTube? Took Quarter Escape on ABB. And I wanted to talk about a famous movie that y'all was way past your time and even my time. I think the only person that can really vouch and tell you what happened what happened in that movie was the people that was there. Obviously, anybody that was born around 1930s through 1940s, it could be your grandma, your grandpa, your niece, your nephew, anybody that was born around that time. I can tell you that the movie that I'm talking about today is The Wizard of Oz. Now, I literally went to go see that movie when I was 5 years old. It was actually a school trip. Obviously I had to sign a permission slip, and this movie took place in Madison Square Garden, where my mom and me and a whole bunch of my friends and their families sat down in the movie theater and watched it from start to finish. And at the time I was 5 years old, so I didn't really know what was going on. So when I saw the witch, I was like, scared out of my mind. Like I turned around every time I saw her, cause obviously, I was scared. Cause around 5 years old, you're scared of some things at the age of five. It was a good movie from start to finish. I just wanted the movie to end. So as soon as the witch the part where the witch melted, I turned my face, and then I just continued watching the movie. So years later on, when I grew up, like something really didn't click. Like I went back to go see that movie, because it was on, it was on VHS tapes, and I went to go watch that movie again, and I watched it probably like 5 times. Now I probably watched it like 10 times to actually understood what the movie was. And it came to find out today when I woke up. All the cast members that was in that movie, the filmmaker, everybody is dead. Even Toto is dead. I thought some of them were still living, and then when I went to go check out, each and every individual, they were no longer with us. So, it's a movie that, it's a movie that nobody wants to touch. You know, because I call it, it was a death trap, but at the same time you have to understand that it was different. It was dark times that decade. I mean, 1930s. I mean, a lot of shit was going on. Like they was paying. There was a lot of conspiracy theories that they was paying the Munchkins like you know $100, just to be in the film. And they was paying Toto, which was the dog. He was paying 100. He was getting paid $145. You know, and then Dorothy and the rest of the crew, the Lion Scarecrow and the Tin Man was getting paid the same amount. Not the same amount, but the same amount as the Munchkins. You would think that Dorothy, the leading cast member, the actual star, would get paid more, which she didn't. There was another theories that they drugged her, they gave her pills, they gave her a whole bunch of depressant, pills. Um, you know, um, there was a lot. There was a lot of malfunction, wardrobe malfunction. The girl who played the witch, she got lead poison because her makeup, obviously wasn't really, it was poisonous. So they put it on her, and she couldn't eat for like 2 days or 2 months. Like she got second and third degree burns on her face and her hands because of the pyrotechnician. What else? Man, it was just a lot of dark stuff. There was sexually abusing Dorothy through the scenes. You know, like in the Munchkins, like really the Munchkins were. You would think that the Munchkins were like, you know, teenagers. You know what I'm saying? Like they were grown men in their 40s touching and rubbing on Dorothy's skirt, and like even the film producer, she actually was on Dorothy, like sexual position. You know what I'm saying? Like it was. I mean, it was just awful. I mean, like I said, dark times. I mean, you see a lot of remakes. Like you see Bambi, you see Pinocchio, you see Aladdin, you see The Lion King. But I tell you, they will never, ever, 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 ever remake The Wizard of Oz again. That movie right there was a death trap. Like everything that could go wrong went wrong, and everything that did go right went right. Rotten Tomatoes is still has that movie number one. You know what I'm saying? Surprising as it is, like Rotten Tomatoes is like a site where they grade and rate movies from bad to worse. You know what I'm saying? The for it to be that good, it didn't really make that much money. The money that it was supposed to make, it didn't exceed the level of that the money that it was supposed to make, it didn't exceed the expectations. You know what I'm saying? And then the money that they was left with was negative $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So they started off with 23. No, they started off I think with 27 million, and then obviously they had to pay everybody else, the crew members, the producer, what I'm saying, like the you know what I'm saying. So they had to pay their share of the pie, and then they was left with negative $1 million. So for it to be that great, but it didn't really you know live up to high standards. You would say, I guess it was a bad timing. I guess if they'd done it like around the 1960s, you know, like everything, I think it would have benefited and it would have been better. But since they did it like around the 1930s, where, the economy wasn't really that great, you could literally get away with stuff. Like you would think that those little munchkins would be thrown in jail, but obviously they just had it. They just got a slap on the wrist, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, I think this was before the movie ended and all this stuff, and then obviously she wrote a book about it and telling, Jody. I mean Jody Garden read she wrote a book about it, saying that how she was, sexually molested or sexually harassed, I believe, or probably molested too, by the producers and the Munchkins and stuff like that. And the only person that handed her hand, the only person that reached out to her was the person that everybody hated in the movie was the Wicked Witch of the West. You know what I'm saying? Like you would think that like people like don't do that to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like if y'all gonna go together, if y'all gonna come together and put a great movie, just what I'm saying. But again, it was just bad. It was just bad. I think it was just a bad timing, and it was just it was just a bad timing all around. Yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to put the pieces in my mind, like it's crazy how people. It's crazy how people can be so cruel. Um, you know, I think the only survivor that was there was the Munchkin with the when it was doing the lollipop gear scene, the one with the green. I think he was the longest living cast member, and then obviously he died in 2008, battling cancer or lung cancer or some type of cancer. He died, but but everybody on that scene passed away. Like it kind of reminds me of that Saturday Night Live crew where everybody died. You know what I'm saying on that scene. Like if you know what I'm talking about, Google or YouTube Saturday Night Live dark times, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Like everybody in that crew member died on that set, you know. But obviously, I guess it was just different, generations, different eras. You know what I'm saying? Because if you were born like around 1946 or 1949, of course you're gonna be around your 90s. There was people that was born in 1990, 1936, 1939, etc. Died in 1947. You know what I'm saying? So obviously you're probably gonna be somewhere around your 70s, 80s, 90s. There were some that lived up to 100. There were some in there around the 90s. There were some around in the 80s, 70s. So I mean, it's just it was a beautiful movie. I'm not gonna lie. I would have like literally bought it again just to rewatch it again because it was just so good. It was just so well put together. You know. So like, I mean, it, oh man, like like I'm still trying to picture like how did anybody didn't notice? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, dark times. I mean, doing a movie around the 1930s wasn't really the best, option. Because there was really no movie that was popping or getting buzz around that time. So I guess that movie was the only movie that was getting a lot of, notoriety. But there was another Wizard of Oz. It wasn't called the Wizard of Oz, but it was called the Wiz. And I believe Michael Jackson was the Scarecrow, and I forgot who played Dorothy, but it was more that movie right there. Like if you type in YouTube, if you go on YouTube and type in The Wiz, then you'll see what I'm talking about. It was more of a theater play than it was an actual movie because throughout the whole movie, it was just song after song after song, and then they'll, continue, doing their role, and then after that it would be another song, and then, another song, and then another song, and then the witch, like she was completely fucked up, like she looked like one of your overweight baby mamas. Like she was so ugly as hell. Like Jesus Christ. But anyways, that movie was never a comparison to the Wizard of Oz that we know till now. Because obviously Dorothy was black at the time, and the whole crew members was black. The Scarecrow was black. The Lion was black. The Tin Man was black. The Witch was black. You know what I'm saying? Like even the um oh God, what's his name? The dude that was the fortune teller in the beginning. He was black. So, I mean, like I said, and that movie took place in 1948. So, you really compare, the two timelines, 1948 to 1930, like, it's apples and oranges. You can't really compare that. And I don't think the Wiz had a dog neither. But yeah, man. I mean, just sad, for it to be that for that movie to be good as it is and as it was, it's still today recognized as the greatest movie of all time. You know what I'm saying? No movie will ever amount to that much success, and like you can comment on the section on the comment section below. Like, will we ever see a movie like that again? Because I'm hearing that rumors that they're trying to remake The Wizard of Oz. Like, Dorothy can be played with Dorothy can be played as Annie Hathaway, the girl who played in I think Princess Diaries. She was a pretty good actor. I'm not gonna lie. She's like I really thought that she was gonna take the Bella role. When they remade the Beauty and the Beast, I thought she was gonna take that role. And then she would be a great fit too. But no, it went to Emma Watson, who obviously played Hermione in Wizard of Oz. I mean, not Wizard of Oz, Harry Potter, which wasn't really a bad option either. I mean, I think I could have gone with either two actresses. I think they would have played a great role in that movie. But obviously they chose Emma Watson because I think Emma Watson is still younger. They wanted a younger Bella because I think Anna Hathaway is in her 30s and Emma is probably still in her late 20s or early 20s. So I mean, I can see why they went for a young Emma. I mean, a young Bella, but I don't know. There's a lot of speculations that like that movie is cursed. Like act like if there's like a lot of conspiracy theories that's going on. Like if actors really take a role on that movie, like bad stuff will happen to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there was a lot of bad stuff that happened because the original Tin Man wasn't really him. Like he played the last part because he had the makeup. It was affecting his skin and stuff, and he had like allergic reaction to it, and then it laid him in a hospital bed for like 2 3 months with breathing through an oxygen tank. So I think the only person that was unscathed was the lion. The lion just had real. The lion had real. The guy who played the lion, he had real lion skin on him. I think it was like 20 pounds of lion skin on him. But obviously he obviously passed away. But yeah, like I said again, man, like that movie can never be touched, can never be duplicated, imitated, never. For simple fact is that, now these days people are not even gonna, pay attention to it. Like for the people that really know the Wizard of Oz, then they'll say, yeah, it's a great movie. You know what I'm saying? Like it really is a great movie. But for the people that don't know what it is and haven't seen it, and you remake it, like what? Like tell them to sit down and watch the original one, and then see how the difference is between that one and then possibly the one that they're trying to make, which they're never gonna make it because the producer who made the movie said before he died, like this movie will will reach millions and millions and millions of people throughout the decade of existence. Like he said that this movie can never be touched, can never be remake because it's really hard if you really think about it. Like if you like you can pick like there's so many young actresses these days. You can pick anybody with a cute face and a touch to play Dorothy, but Judy Garland solidified that role so perfectly. She was the picture perfect person to play that part. Like obviously that movie, that role was gonna go to Temple. Um, I forgot her name, but Temple. Temple, the little girl that was sexually assaulted by like young men in their 40s. Um, you know, I mean that's another topic for another day, um, but that role was supposed to go to Temple. But obviously, they saw so much potential in Garland that they gave it to her. And then obviously, after that, her movie, they fired her and she still continued to, act, because that's what she was born to do. And then obviously the drugs took a toll on her and, that was it. So I don't think, I don't think they're gonna remake it. I mean, like I said, it's gonna take a hell of a lot, because I don't know how many days that movie was shot in, or I think it was shot in like different scenes. But if they were to remake The Wizard of Oz, ain't nobody gonna watch it. Like the people that watched it, that grew up watching it, would watch it again. But for the younger audience, I mean, they just more into more hip new things. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not gonna watch a movie with a female and a whole bunch of characters that doesn't relate to them. You know what I'm saying? For one, I would watch it just to see how well put together they would make it to become. But for the younger audience, they're not gonna. Like I sat through what was this last Friday? I sat through the damn movie theater for 2 hours. 2 hours watching Sonic. That movie was hella trash. That movie was so bad. Like even if they do make a second one, I'm not watching it. Like this is why I don't really necessarily go to the movies because now I have Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus. Like I rather wait until they hit those sources. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll wait until Disney gets a hold of that movie or Hulu gets a hold of that movie or Netflix get a hold of that movie and I'll watch it there. I'll watch it then because I'm not wasting money to sit down and watch a movie that was just so trash. So trash. I thought it was gonna be better. I thought it was gonna be fun. There was most parts it was fun, but other than that, it was just boring. Like yeah, like come like yeah. I'm definitely not. I'm never going to a movie theater again. Like seriously. Like it was a choice between Bad Boys and the new Bad Boy movies and Sonic. So I mean, I wasn't really a huge Sonic fan, but I've seen so many. You could already tell what was you could already tell what was gonna go down to the Bad Boy movies. You know what I'm saying? Like I've watched the first one, I've watched the second one. So yeah, like it was just that bad, you know. Um, and my sister went to go see like a love movie or whatever, so I just took her kids to go see the Sonic, So it was bad, very bad. But I mean, like I said, there's rumors that that they're gonna remake the Wizard of Oz. Now, it may not be this year, it may not be next year, but it might be in a couple of years that they're possibly, seeing who can play who and such, because like I said again, if I think they would be, I think it wouldn't be the same, but it would have a different quality to it. You know what I'm saying? Like it would have, a better lighting to it. You know, because at the end, throw it through the water. Like, come on, like we all know the conspiracy theories that if you throw water at the witch, they're gonna melt. Or if you take a cross heart and stab a vampire in the heart, like it's gonna kill it. Or if you pierce a bullet, like if you pierce the bullet and then you put it in the gun and then you shoot it, it'll like kill a werewolf. Or there's theories that if you throw garlic on a vampire, then it's gonna die. Or if you set a mummy on fire, which it's already dead, so by burning it, it's not even gonna do anything. It's just gonna come back alive. So there's a lot of conspiracy theories, but I don't like the way the witch died. I think the witch died too soon. I think the witch had a few parts in the movie. The Wicked Witch of the West or the East. I think it was the East. Yeah, she just had so much roles in that movie, but she died so quickly. And the Good Witch, she was there from the beginning, and then she was there at the end. No, she was there at the middle where they threw powder when she was going through the fields, and then you start seeing powder coming down, and a lot of people saying that was actually anthrax, rat poison. Because they didn't really, again, they didn't really have that much of technology to actually pour real snow on that. Like that was supposed to be actual real snow, but obviously they didn't really have snow, so they just used rat poison, anthrax, to make it seem like it was snow. And I think that's when I think yeah, like I think after the shoot, like a lot of people were having like bad allergic reactions to it. So I mean, like I said again, that movie is never gonna be touched. Like I don't know what Hollywood is doing or trying to do. Like they fucking remaking or making. They just like Hollywood is such a big atmosphere that they could get away with a lot of shit. Back then and till today, they could get away with a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they can get away with so much shit. You know. Um, I mean, it's just what it is. It is what it is. Um, you know, like for people that don't understand, like you have to have a talent to make it to the big leagues. You know what I'm saying? Like either you can play basketball or football or sing or you can rap. You're gonna have to have some type of skill or talent to make it. And y'all wouldn't last. Y'all being rich and famous, y'all wouldn't last. Y'all would have gone crazy. Y'all literally would have gone crazy. Because the only reason why they didn't go crazy, the reason why people in the industry don't really necessarily go crazy is because they have people, like they do go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like you saw the where Britney Spears shaved her head and she was attacking the paparazzi with the umbrella and stuff like that. Now you're seeing freaking Orlando Brown going around saying that freaking Nick Cannon sectors. I mean it was. I mean, like really, like he was just so like if you saw him in the beginning, he was just your average, natural, American black teenager. You know what I'm saying? On the cast of That's So Raven. But when that all went up in smokes, he just lost it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people saying, he's just acting, he's just, trolling. Like, you really believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they would do to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they have no use for you, they'll say, you, go out there and say crazy, stupid shit and let people believe that. And obviously the audience, which is y'all, will y'all probably suck it up and believe it because y'all would believe anything Hollywood throws out there. Like if they had a story, like say for example, and I'll wrap it up after this. Say for example, one of your beloved, actors or actresses raped a female or did something terrible in their past and then it was brought up years before their death. Y'all would think that, man, and I was a fan of him, man, fuck him, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like example, how they did DMX. They tried to literally break his soul down in half. Like they did everything in their power. Like he was addicted to drugs. He wasn't there for his kids. You know what I'm saying? Like they was throwing so much shade at him at the press. The media, like every single media outlet was just throwing shade at him. Like he was. I mean, yeah, he was battling drug addictions. Yeah, he wasn't really there for his kids. Yeah, he was in and out of jail. But that's what Hollywood will do. If they have no use for you, they will turn you into a puppet. And they will tell you to do stuff that you don't want to do. Like you see that there's a lot of white actors having black wives or girlfriends. It's just like how you saw, like that's another thing that rubbed me the wrong way. Like, like why is it always black females or dating or being in a relationship in a movie with a white man? How come they can't just be two black you know man and woman? And you know what I'm saying? But I mean, again, everything is not about race to me. And I'm not that person. But it rubbed me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's Hollywood for you. Like if you would have made it into if you would have made it into like a rock star or whatever, you would see what I'm talking about. Like it's now like what you see on TV and everything is not what you see. Is not what you're gonna get when you become. Like they gonna take care of you. Don't get me wrong. They gonna take care of you. They're gonna do everything in their power to take care of you. But boy, if you do them wrong, if you cross them, they will make your life a living hell. Ask Michael Jackson. Ask Whitney Houston. Ask Bernie Mac. You know what I'm saying? Like Hollywood don't like people that abuse their authority. Like whatever they say, you do. If you don't do it, then they're gonna put so much shade out there that your fans are probably gonna believe it, and a lot of shit is gonna happen. Like Cat Williams. Like they tried to break him down because they didn't want. Cat Williams did not want to do a scene where he has to dress up as a girl. Same thing as Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle wanted to do a skit that didn't necessarily have to do anything about dressing up as a girl. Like, oh, I can, just give me a skit. I could do it without, being a drag. You know what I'm saying? But people like Eddie Murphy, people like, Martin Lawrence, people like Kevin Hart, they don't give a fuck because they know that they have to do whatever it takes to get on top and to be on top. You see now, not Kevin. Cat Williams is not really known for his comedian no more. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Same thing with Dave Chappelle. They fell off. They're not the people that they once were. Obviously, Dave Chappelle kind of, sold in, or probably sold out, probably, I would say, because, like he was strong in the beginning, but, he couldn't take it no more. You know what I'm saying? Like they just took everything away from him. Like nobody wanted to do business with him no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess when he got dropped from Comedy Central and his TV show got canceled, ain't nobody want to work with him. And then Cat Williams said that he was in Africa hiding and stuff like that, and this and that and the third, and they're like he said that there's not even no water, there's not even no running water over there. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a lot of people that was worried about Dave, but he came back from hiding, and obviously now he's into movie roles and doing this and that and the third because he's sold out. Same thing with Cat Williams. Cat Williams can tell you the truth, but at the same time, he got kids to feed. You know what I'm saying? He got his own kids to feed. So he's gonna tell you the truth, but at the same time, he's gonna have to do what's best for him. Like you can only tell so much lies. Like you can only tell so much truth until you have to face reality. And reality is Dave Chappelle got kids. Cat Williams got kids. So imagine them not employed. Nobody wants to work with them. Guess what? Guess what's gonna happen? They're not gonna kill you. They're gonna break you down bit by bit. They're gonna take stories and twist them and turn them. And obviously, the people like you are gonna believe it because you have no other choice. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's my take on it. So, if you like what you saw, leave a comment, like that, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.